Hello everyone, it's Greg from the Plastic Crap blog, and today I'm going to review March's Infinity releases. So I'm trying something a little bit different today where I'm going to film not with my headset. There are some fantastic releases out and I'm really excited to go through them. And I'm definitely going to be pre-ordering a couple of these. So it literally just dropped perhaps maybe half an hour ago. So I haven't had much time to digest, but I think that's sometimes the best reaction, to have that gut initial reaction to what's just come out. So let's have a little look. So the first up is the Zulu Cobra Special Recon and Intervention Team, the hacker version. So it's quite nice. I suppose I'm not a fan of these tactical capes. I know they've come out a couple of times and they're not great, but it's a female version with reasonably decent proportions, and I suppose she's got a bit of some crazy hair. I can see this getting caught on the cases, but overall it's a pretty nice model. I don't know how useful a hacker is, but I suppose it's always good to have. I think they're infiltrating, so to have a specialist that can do something is always quite useful. So it's quite nice. I enjoy the faceplate, but it seems a bit strange to not have a full-headed helmet. I know there are some miniatures that don't. It almost looks a little bit like Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, but it seems a bit weird to not have a full faceplate. So and I don't think this is just across because she's a hacker that it's used to sort of, be able to do her hacking. It looks as though the others don't have them either. So the next up is we've got the Haidao. It's a nice miniature, but I think I've said before, I don't enjoy this colour scheme where it's both orange and green. I think it really takes away from the orange and that style of the Yujing. So I'm not a fan of the paint job per se. It's quite nice. It's got the weird I can't say the name. Is it Guifeng or Zhifeng? The guy that comes in the mission box with the fast pandas. So I mean, it's got some odd shoulders on it, and I think people are going to either really like it or really hate it, because I think that was the general gist last time. I think he's quite cool. I imagine that it's not, but I hope that texture on his helmet is actually sculpted as opposed to painted on, because that would be really nice to have that texture to paint, and it'd be nice and easy to ink and then sort of dry brush over, which looks very effective. So he looks pretty cool. Bit of an odd face though. It's quite difficult to tell with his helmet with those mix of colours on there, but overall quite nice. Not that excited about him. I think he's good, but I don't think he's outstanding in comparison to what we have seen, because we're used to such a high quality of miniatures. And then the next is something that I am excited for, is the Frontnavix. I think there is a decent argument to be had that the majority of Ariadna look very similar to one another, and I don't think that's unfair to say. However, I think this box set is really, really nice. It's almost what I would imagine if they resculpted veteran Kazakhs to look like. I think they've got fantastic vests on. They've got a lot of gear, showing that they're I think they're all engineers. I might be wrong about that. But it's nice because they've got a considerable variation of weapons, and I think the heavy rocket launcher is really, really interesting in comparison to what the other armies have got. Just the style and the aesthetic of it seems pretty cool. It's got a strange mix between sci-fi and that old tech, which I quite like. Yeah, I think that's really nice. This is something that I'm going to pre-order. I really, really do like this. I'm not sure if I would get use out of much of the box, because I think with the link itself, you could have 2 Frontnavix within a core fire team. So I suppose we need the variation, but I don't know. I really only want the T2 rifle. I don't know. I suppose it depends on the points and what SWC you've got left. But the AP sniper and the heavy rocket launcher are my favourite, then followed by the T2 rifle, because it's quite unlikely that I think I'm going to use the Molotov. It's just not really something I've ever taken, I don't think. onto this. Now, I wasn't expecting this box set to come out, and I think everyone is going to be reasonably happy with these because they are just so cool. I really enjoy these. Now, this was one of the reasons why I bought the book, was the Brawlers. I think they're fantastic. I really like this style of helmet. It's very Mass Effect. I think you can get these helmets on there, and just the way that they've been painted is fucking awesome. I don't know why the multi-sniper rifle is different, and it makes me sad because I really don't like that helmet as much as the other ones. It kind of, that seems to be their, a Brawler's distinctive helmet, so I don't know why it's any different from that. That's kind of like what makes that unit. So I think that's a little bit of a shame. Some good weapon choices and loadout in there, and I really like the Doctor actually for once using the medikit. I think there are only a handful of miniatures that are using the medikit gun, and I really like it. I just think it clearly shows who is the Doctor or who is the paramedic, and I think that's needed at times, so I'm really happy with that. I don't play this faction, but this is something that I would consider getting into because of these models. I think they're really nice, bar that multi-sniper's helmet. And then last but not least, we have Perseus. I think everyone was really excited when it was announced, because it didn't say Perseus, it just said the Rogue Myrmidon, and everyone got that little bit of hype going. It's the 2-pistol version. It is an absolutely outstanding sculpt. It looks as though he is like jumping backwards off sort of like a building or something. I really like him. He looks amazing, and I think he's going to do Nomads proud. It's just such a good pose. The miniature itself is really nice. It's nice to see sort of Myrmidon painted in that Nomad scheme, and there seems to be a really good crossover of the two. I think they've done an excellent job on this miniature, and even on the back, like his sword is phenomenal because he's got the Gladius, and he's got some really nice sort of almost like jetpack bits on his back. So I don't think he's a drop troop though. Being a Myrmidon, I think he's just hardcore, so maybe that's his ODD tech on the back there. But really outstanding, and I think the paint job on this is phenomenal as well. It's still got that Aleph kind of quality, having the well, I suppose not, because the Tunguska have the hexagon muscles. So it's a nice combination of elements of both, and I do really like that. So that would definitely get me excited if I was on Nomad's side. So that is a very quick roundup of the releases that have so far come out. I think there are some really nice boxes. I'm most excited for myself, Army playing with the Frontovix, and I'm really excited for everyone else about the Brawlers and Perseus. Perseus is the sort of model that I pick up just to have a go at painting because he's that nice. So I think that really says about the quality of what he is. So I can't wait for these to come out, and hopefully my local store will have them up soon to pre-order. So let me know what you think. Will you be getting any of these? Any letdowns? And what are you excited to see next? Let me know in the comments below. Take care, everyone.